Africa currently manufactures vaccines for yellow fever and some of the infectious animal diseases. The continent has some of the best scientists. I repeat that, the continent has some of the best scientists in the world, some of whom have been involved in the development of the current COVID-19 vaccines. It is my belief that Africa can build on the current progress in vaccine research, development, and manufacturing to solve the problems of infectious diseases on the continent by scaling up research and building capacity towards production and manufacturing. On this note, Igbinedion University Okada is delighted to champion this new initiative that will facilitate the development, manufacturing, distribution of vaccines in Africa. And we are fortunate to have found a suitable ally in CoDA, an institution with a similar vision and ready to work with us on this laudable initiative. We recognize other actions currently being taken by African Union, African CDC, the World Health Organization, the other partners across the continent. And I would like to emphasize that our initiative is not meant to duplicate what is already being done. The initiative will complement all other efforts to ensure that Africa becomes self-sufficient in vaccine development and production. We recognize the inability of the African Union, member states, and intergovernmental institutions to provide all the solutions to Africa's vaccine problems. And that is why Igbinedion University and other private sector institutions are coming together to create a platform to engage on policy research and manufacturing that will pave the way for the development and production of essential vaccines in Africa. We will certainly require the support and partnership of other academic research and philanthropic institutions, as well as the community and faith leaders, the civil society. We will be reaching out to them with the support of CoDA to ensure that our solutions and initiatives are holistic and people-focused. We will also be working with the African Business Council and other private sector initiatives to ensure full actualization of this vision, of this initiative. As part of the initiative being launched today, Igbinedion University is setting up a center of excellence that will foster partnerships and collaborations on equitable and universal access to essential vaccines and vaccinations in Africa. At Igbinedion University, we do not believe in too much talking. We are more interested in the results from any initiative we are involved. Therefore, the university is committing enormous resources to ensure a successful takeoff of the initiative and will continue to do so in every way with our means to nurture it to maturity. This initiative is the result of a series of consultations between CoDA, Board of Directors led by His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and the relevant institutions and individuals. I am delighted that what started as an over-the-coffee discussion is today transforming into an independent continental platform that will better that will better prepare Africa to respond to public health emergencies in the future and help improve lives and livelihoods across the continent. I am delighted that Igbinedion University could champion such very important life-saving program for Africa. Through the initiative, we hope to attract high-caliber scientific and research experts from the continent and around the world to advance vaccine research, development, and manufacturing in Africa. I would like to assure you that Igbinedion University is not taking this initiative lightly. It is for one of those essential initiatives that Africa must undertake to further advance and strengthen its health systems. And we are fully prepared to nurture it to global success. Every journey must start with a step. And Igbinedion University is happy to take this major step with CoDA towards transforming public health and ensuring continent-wide availability and access to essential vaccines and vaccinations in Africa. This is a huge undertaking that will require cooperation from everyone, particularly the private sector. And I'm using this opportunity to appeal to private and public universities, as well as research and other private sector institutions in Africa to join us in this journey of vaccine industrialization in Africa. Remember, business can only thrive in a healthy environment. And one way to ensure that we create that environment is to make essential vaccines available to the public in quantities that are adequate and available when and where they are needed. Join us in this historic initiative to rewrite the story of Africa from being totally dependent on foreign sources for its human vaccine needs to becoming self-sufficient in vaccine production. With sincere thanks for your attention, it is now my honor and privilege to officially launch the CoDA Independent Task Team on development of vaccines and equitable universal access to essential vaccines and vaccination in Africa. Thank you for listening, and God bless all of you.
Another round of applause for our dear Deputy Chancellor of the Igbinedion University, Okada. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. That was quite thought-provoking. And we believe that with all the forces combined, this project will see the light of day. Thank you so much. At this point, as it is in our program, there will be the signing of the MOU between CoDA and the Igbinedion University Teaching Hospital. And to make this happen, His Excellency Chief Lucky Igbinedion will be on the side of IUTH, supported by Dr. Bazwaye, the Chief Medical Director of IUTH. And for CoDA, we have the Executive Director of CoDA, Ms. Swad Osman, who will be joined by the board members, Professor Abdullahi Bachili, who just represented our former Head of State Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and Dr. Amani Asfu, Head of the African Business Council, and also a member of the CoDA board. The sign-in will... Madam, you can go on the other side. Okay, okay. That's fine. Thank you, thank you. This is an important part of this entire process. This signing gives flesh and meaning, gives life, gives an institutional backing and arrangement to CoDA and the Igbinedion University Teaching Hospital. It is the first of its kind on the African continent, and we believe that this is a project that is set to see the light of day, with all the commitments from all the stakeholders, particularly also that the governor of Edo State also pledged his support for the project. We believe that this project will not be another talk shop, will not end as another talk show, but one designed to see the light of day, saving the lives of Africans. And that's how it will go. The signing is taking place, and this becomes a proper working arrangement at the instance of CoDA, an organ of the African Union, which means it's an African project. It's not a project only of the Igbinedion University Teaching Hospital or Igbinedion University. It's a project involving all the countries on the African continent. And the call has gone forth already to all stakeholders. And all stakeholders are all Africans, as a matter of fact. The public, the private sector have been called upon to work together to make this reality. We have the best brains. We have exported skills, professionals. Our health experts have designed vaccines, even the ones that are being sold by multinationals from other continents have inputs from Africans. So we believe that if they can do this overseas, if they can do this in foreign countries, given the right environment and encouragement, which is what we are witnessing today at the instance of the African Union, backed by the Igbinedion University and the Igbinedion University Teaching Hospital, to start this initiative to take Africa out of that beggarly situation. We all know this statement that the beggar has no choice. You take whatever you are given. At this point, after the signing of this document, Africa wants to work together as a team. Not east, west, central, south, and we want to work as one Africa. That's the essence of what is going on now. So that as one indivisible block, as one united entity, a common vision will be pursued. And that is the vision for the development of vaccines and equitable universal access to essential vaccines and vaccinations in Nigeria. The document has just been signed. Congratulations. Congratulations to CoDA. Congratulations to the Igbinedion University Teaching Hospital. Congratulations to all Africans. May we give CoDA and the Igbinedion University a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we should work as a continent. This is how we should work as a people. Enough of the divisions amongst us. Enough of all that pull us apart. Common projects like this, transcending regions, transcending frontiers and borders, should be in place to put us together. At this point also will be the unveiling of the statues presented by the Igbinedion University, the Igbinedion University Teaching Hospital, to the African Union. And we already have right there the Deputy Chancellor and Chairman and Deputy Chairman Board of Regents, Igbinedion University Okada, His Excellency Chief Lucky Nosaka Igbinedion,
no doubt
to do the needful.
Make an event, a special event as this that pilots the initiative. And
as the statue is unveiled, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may we appreciate this by a big round of applause.
CoDA hosting Africa on this special initiative that is being launched and becoming an opportunity for everyone to see the difference in Africa. We understand that Africa has a population of 1.3 billion, and of course with a collective GDP of $2.5 trillion, this can be possible. And we have special dignitaries gracing this epoch-making event. We have the man of manifests, who is the Chancellor of Igbinedion University, the one who is larger than what can be briefly described with titles, a man that is phenomenal, the Asama of Benin, Honorary Minister Council to Edo and Delta States, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawa Igbinedion. Also, we have the Deputy Chancellor that gave the keynote address, the two-term governor of Edo State, the former governor, Chief Lokino Sakari Igbinedion. And of course, we have the opportunity to get the representation of the Chairman Board of Directors, CoDA, a former President of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, ably represented. And of course, the Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commission, also in this special event. No doubt we look at the challenges facing Africa in terms of getting vaccines produced locally. And that is where the essence of having this great launching of the task team that will pilot this initiative, that will pilot this into action, bringing an opportunity for an equitable and universal access to vaccines and vaccination in Africa. It's quite laudable. It's quite an event that Africa and Africans reach out for. With this laudable event, it is expected that we're going to be having the gracious opportunity to roll out local vaccines in Africa, and enough of the handouts received from foreign countries. Africa should be at the forefront to ensure that vaccines are produced in the continent.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations, CoDA. Congratulations, Igbinedion University, Okada, for making this wonderful day happen. What started as a thought, as a discussion, has come up to this point where an agreement has been signed. And we only can hope, wish, and pray that every goal that this is intended to achieve will be achieved. CoDA has put together a very high network of professionals drawn from across the world of African descent and beyond to work on this noble initiative. And we have no doubts at all that this will work the way it should. Thank you very, very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate your patience, we appreciate your presence. The other part of the program will commence shortly with the Executive Director of CoDA moderating. Thank you all, and thank you very much. All right, I would prepare for the next session. May we have our beautiful inner cultural troupe entertain us with their wonderful dance steps, wonderful songs, beautiful music. The drums, you can't find anywhere else. They are found only in Benin Kingdom. Please come on stage. Thank you.
Please, Dr. Philip, please join us.
An awesome ceremony and epoch-making event. We have the IUTH Theatre Cultural Group entertaining guests. And of course, we have the presence of the Executive Governor of Edo State, His Excellency Godwin Nogegase Obaseki. And before now, we had the opportunity to enjoy the statement by Professor Benedict Orama, the President and Chairman Board of Trustees, Afrexim Bank, and Chairman Board of Trustees for the African Union COVID-19 Response Fund. Of course, we also had the statement by His Excellency Monique Nanzambagwa, Deputy Chairperson, African Union Commission. And of course, we had a virtual presence of the Dr. Sagi Hanire, who is the Minister of Health, Federal Republic of Nigeria. And as we get more bits, we will be informing you. Thank you.
That's the pride of the Benin Empire.
Thank you very much. Again, for those of you who are online, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Swad, I work for CoDA. Welcome to our first high-level roundtable on the initiative. We have launched the initiative on 19 of this month. A lot is happening behind closed doors, of course. We need to prepare for us to come out. But it is in CoDA's way of doing things to facilitate dialogues and debates that are structured. We do consult extensively. We consult stakeholders that we feel are relevant for the work we are doing. And at every step, we do go back. We go out, We confront our ideas with theirs, and we see what survives. And we do not have an ego. We're not trapped by institutional history that doesn't fit us. We're not bound by donors' demands. We do take pride in saying what we take up remains independent, and it remains very African, if anything, by way of making sure that African interests are actually what we bring to the fore. So I am here in my capacity as a secretary of the task team. I am going to facilitate this conversation because my chair, Professor Godwin Osahaye Bazwaye, Chief Medical Director of Igbinedion University Teaching Hospital, Okada, is my chair. In the context of the task team, I am secretary, he's the chair, he guides me, I respond. So we are going to do that here too. But by way of making sure that we take the views and the concerns of anyone else out there, we are going to start these conversations with, at least there are two women again. We try to be there all the time, but yes, we're again in minority, but we will attend to that too. We are going to start small. I'm happy that most of you were here a few minutes ago when the governor of Edo State said that he will also pay attention to this and will support this. If we were to start small, we are in a continent of 55 countries, we will start in one country. It's not a small one, but let's start with one. And let's start in one state. Edo State is in, 35 more to go. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to build it from ground up. We're going to make sure that we attend to what we need to attend to, not superficially, not with unreasonable or unrealistic deadlines. We will take the time we need to make sure that the consensus and the necessary coalition behind this is actually built. So it's about slowly and surely building the capacity we need to produce, to develop and manufacture vaccines on this continent. It's about manufacturing. Until we manufacture our own vaccines, we will not have so, because to get to the manufacturer, you must have complied and did everything else that comes before. And because it's going to be done there, we will have a vaccine, but to get it in the arms of our people, the second part will be also done, because our private sector is already in. That's how we see this. So without further ado, I would like to present my chair, Professor Bazwaye. Please, you have the floor to present what the initiative is about.
Thank you very much. As chair to the tax team, I want us to quickly introduce ourselves first before we start talking. So I want the members of the panelists to please introduce themselves. I'll start with from my right.
Thank you very much, CMD. My name is Ken Ayere, former Bureau Chief, News Agency of Nigeria, Southern and Central Africa. I'm co-moderating with the Executive Director of CoDA.
Let's put our hands together for him. My name remains Professor Godwin Osahaye Bazwaye. I'm the Chief Medical Director of Igbinedion University Teaching Hospital. I'm also a consultant hematologist and a stem cell transplantologist.
My name is Philip Onyebujo. I'm an infectious diseases expert and an immunogeneticist. I was the former advisor on technical matters to the executive director of the Africa CDC. I was also head of the laboratory programming for WHO in the African region. But I'm now an independent consultant working with CoDA. Thank you.
I am Dr. Amenia Asfour. I think we are two ladies here on the panel. I represent the voice of the private sector of Africa as the head of the African Business Council, the premier voice of private sector. I am also a pediatrician, so scientific research is very, 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 very important to all of us. Thank you.
Chair, if I may, we have three more colleagues joining us online. I wanted to see if Prof. Ernest IUTH is online. Is Professor Ernest with us? No, all right. Dr. Amit Thacker? Dr. Amit Thacker is online. Amit, can you hear us? Can you say something? Amit, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Madam Chair. Can you hear me now?
I do. I'm not chair. I'm just moderator. Thank you very much, Amit.
Madam Moderator, if it is clear, let me also introduce myself. My name is Dr. Amit Thacker. I am the Executive Chair of Africa Health Business and the President of the Africa Healthcare Federation, which is the voice of the private sector in healthcare, and I'm very delighted to witness this session earlier that I saw sitting here in Nairobi. Thank you.
My name is Udoma Mendie. I'm a professor of pharmaceutics and pharmaceutical microbiology, and also consultant on quality, particularly for biologics and steroid dosage forms, University of Lagos.
Welcome, sir. We're really happy to have you. It's the first time you're engaging the platform. So welcome to the coalition.
Thank you.
Professor Mutambara.
My name is Arthur Mutambara, Professor of Electrical Engineering, specializing in robotics, mechatronics, and artificial intelligence. I'm also a former Deputy Prime Minister of Zimbabwe.
Prof. Boko, please.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Sylvain Boko. I'm a professor of economics, formerly of Wake Forest University, North Carolina. Also in my recent past, the principal advisor on development planning and statistics for the UN Economic Commission for Africa. And I am currently on this panel serving as a senior advisor to CoDA. Thank you.
Professor, your presentation then.
Thank you very much. Back to me now. I want to say that IUTH and IUO, we are privileged to have approval from the Chancellor, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Sawari Benedion, the Esama of Benin, and also the Deputy Chancellor, Chief Lucky Igbenedion, for the approval for us to collaborate with CoDA. I think what we're trying to